Dear Taurus, the reward for your steadfast persistence is finally at hand. A well-deserved abundance awaits you this June 2025. There are seeds you have quietly sown, efforts you have tirelessly made, and today, the universe is gently reminding you that what you thought was fruitless labor is finally bearing fruit. A reward beyond your wildest dreams is about to manifest. If you feel a warm stir in your chest at these words, perhaps it's time to believe in your own worth. I invite you to step into a space where prosperity begins not through demands, but through the art of recognizing and accepting what you have earned, what you have poured your energy into building, believing it might never pay off, is about to return to you in ways that are solid and enduring. Reflect on those long days and nights you worked so diligently, committed to your goals to the point of exhaustion. You grew weary and considered giving up, not because you lost faith, but because the road was long and the reward seemed so far away. Yet, it was in that unwavering dedication that the universe began arranging your deserved harvest. You may have stopped talking about your dreams, but it was never a sign of surrender. Instead, it was a testament to your unshakable faith, a faith that doesn't need to be loud to be real. Like a resilient tree, digging its roots deep into the earth. You understand that quiet cultivation isn't failure, but a profound act of trust in the process. It's the understanding that faith isn't always a shout. Sometimes it's simply the courage to keep building, even when you can't see the finished structure. In the philosophy of creation, building a solid foundation is seen as the cornerstone of all success. It's not about rushing, but about laying each brick with care and patience. Imagine a house built on weak ground. It will never withstand a storm. Only by building from the ground up does the journey to stability and prosperity truly begin. For you, Taurus, a symbol of the earth and stability, recognizing the value of your own perseverance is the key that unlocks your freedom from anxiety. I once met an elderly potter who had spent his life perfecting his craft. He shared, "I no longer ask for recognition. I simply focus on creating value. If my work is good enough, the world will find its way to me. No demands, just a diligent hand and a heart that trusts in the value it creates." Perhaps you've realized that you don't need to cling to fleeting successes to feel worthy. Maybe the universe has been acknowledging your efforts all along, even in your most solitary moments. You don't have to strain to hold on to your ambitions. Simply breathe and trust the process. If it is truly meant for you, it will come, tangibly and securely, at the right moment. So, if today you feel too tired to push harder, just rest and trust. Remember, trusting isn't quitting. It's a quiet declaration that you no longer need to force things. You trust that the universe sees your every effort, even when you lack the strength to show it. At that moment, the blessings begin to gather, not early, not late, but exactly when your foundation is strong enough to hold them. If you're ready to open that door, I encourage you to share below. What is a reward you once thought you'd never achieve, but now you're willing to believe you deserve? Write it down as a farewell to self-doubt and an invitation for prosperity to enter your life. Perhaps you paused, not because you lost hope, but because you were too exhausted from carrying what no longer served you. Sometimes, the universe's silence is its way of saying, "I am here." But first, make your foundation stronger. If your efforts seem unrewarded, if doors remain closed despite your hard work, it may not be a reflection of your worth, but rather a process of becoming the version of yourself strong enough to own what lies behind those doors. Now, let's dive deeper into part 2, where we explore why the gifts you seek haven't yet arrived. It's because you are being guided to build a more solid foundation. There were things you prayed for fervently, believing that without them, you would crumble. But what if those prayers weren't lost? They were simply delayed, a form of divine grace preparing you for something even better. The universe wouldn't hand you a fortune if you didn't know how to manage it. What you perceived as denial was actually a gentle, "Not yet, my love. Prepare yourself better." The most miraculous aspect isn't merely the outcome you desire, but the person you become while building and waiting. Imagine receiving your wish only to find you weren't ready to sustain it. What if love came, but your own stubbornness could push it away? What if you acquired wealth without knowing how to appreciate and grow it? Ancient wisdom reminds us that everything arises from specific causes and conditions. Nothing happens by chance. Timing is everything. Let me share a true story about a man in the Midwest. After years of hard work, but always feeling financially insecure, he was filled with a fear of lack. One day, after a long period of studying management and investing, he calmly said, "I am no longer afraid. I trust in my ability to create value." A month later, he received an unexpected investment opportunity from an old friend who had been quietly watching his growth and stability. The universe doesn't punish. It patiently waits for you to become ready to receive blessings with a steady heart and capable hands. Some doors remain closed until you approach them with gratitude for what you already have, not expectation. Miracles don't vanish. They simply await the right moment for you to learn the lessons necessary to hold on to them. I believe with all my heart that everything you hope for, if it's truly good for your soul and your life, will not abandon you. It may step back, allowing you to build yourself up higher. Every time you feel left behind, it's a lesson in self-reliance. Every disappointment deepens your resolve. Faith is continuing to build even when there's no immediate reason to believe. So, if your efforts seem unanswered, don't ask, "Why hasn't the universe noticed me?" Instead, inquire, "What within me still needs to be strengthened to be ready for this blessing?" You are being prepared, upgraded, and every drop of sweat has been counted by the universe. Every quiet act of dedication is recorded. Nothing is ever lost. It simply isn't harvest time yet. Don't view delays as punishments. See them as loving guidance from above. You have not been forgotten. A better chapter is being co-created for what's next. Sometimes, the greatest blessings come slowly, not because you haven't worked hard enough, but because the universe is waiting for you to become someone who can manage and grow that gift fully. Perhaps the moment you felt denied was when your name was being inscribed on a divine reward, one that can only be opened at the right time. Do you believe that blessings arrive only when you're solid enough to hold them? Not in terms of outward appearance, but the inner light of self-worth and readiness. If you resonate with this, write below, "I'm no longer rushing." Universe, I'm ready to become worthy of what's coming. If the previous part helped you understand that delays are not punishments but preparations, you may now look back on your life with gentler eyes. No blame, only a soft question echoing in your heart. Didn't you already know this? Deep down, there were moments when you sensed the stability coming before it took form. You felt it long before it manifested. What you now call a surprise may just be an old signal your practical soul sent long ago. Right now, I invite you to reconnect with that grounded intuition you've set aside. In Part 3, we'll explore how your gut feeling already knows. You just need to learn to listen again. Sometimes, what appears to be a sudden miracle is simply the next chapter of a story your soul has known all along. The intuition of a Taurus is a steady candle, always glowing, even in darkness. The challenge arises when you're so busy with the practical demands of life that you forget to see that light. It hasn't gone out. You've simply forgotten how to pause and feel. The Buddha taught that our minds are originally bright, like mirrors, but delusion clouds that clarity. As a Taurus, you embody practicality and physical sensation, reflecting that sacred light. You've always known what feels right. You've heard those quiet gut feelings. You've experienced moments where you felt a deep connection to a piece of land or a sense of unease that saved you from a bad investment. None of this was random. It was all guidance from the most grounded part of you. A woman once told me that one night, she felt compelled to review her old business plan. She wrote, "I believe a good opportunity is coming, and I will no longer doubt my abilities." 3 days later, she received a call from a former partner she hadn't spoken to in years, proposing a major contract she had once dreamed of. Miracles don't arrive with fanfare. They come in moments of quiet trust. Your intuition is that calm voice urging you to listen. It doesn't rush or demand. It waits patiently for you to return to it. In the Bible, it says, "I have placed within you a heart that knows how to listen." You don't need to seek answers outside of yourself. Turn inward, where the voice of wisdom and the light of your soul reside. You don't need more noise. You need silence and the memory of what you already know. If you feel uncertain or lost today, pause for a moment, close your eyes, and ask, "Dear Universe, if I've forgotten the way home, please remind me." Intuition is the golden thread woven into your soul, ensuring you're never truly lost. This is your sign. The universe is gently calling you back to your first feeling, your first instinct, your first faith. In the next part, I'll guide you through a simple yet powerful ritual. No need for formality, just a heart ready to open. Remember the last time your gut whispered something practical, but you walked away. Write it down as a promise to listen again. In Part 4, we'll explore how words are energy vibrational signals that the universe hears. Too often, we use words to complain or express doubt, but every word you speak is a declaration to the universe. The universe encourages you to let your light shine through your words. Think back to times when you felt drained after saying, "I don't know how I can keep going." Conversely, remember when you declared, "I don't know what's coming, but I trust it will be good." That shift in energy is powerful. In Buddhism, mantras are sounds that carry high frequencies, connecting us to subtle energies. You don't need to chant in ancient languages. You simply need to speak from your heart with clear intention. A wise woman once shared, "I no longer plead. Each morning, I place my hand on my heart and say, 'Dear universe, I don't know what will come, but I am ready.'" Since she began this practice, she no longer felt anxious, and her circumstances shifted. You don't need to shout or demand signs. Just speak with heart and soul. Each word is heard by the universe. And if you wish for transformation in your life, start by choosing your words carefully each day. Create a simple affirmation. Something like, "I open my heart to abundance. I don't know what's coming, but I trust it is good. I am part of a grander design." Each time you say these words, you're closing the gap between you and your dreams. You're telling your soul, I believe in you. You're telling the universe, I doubt no more. You're telling fate, I am ready to receive and protect what is meant for me. If you haven't written your own affirmation yet, I encourage you to do so. Just express it genuinely, without worrying about it being perfect. Write it down as a sacred ritual and speak it as an act of trust. You'll discover that what you've been waiting for has been waiting for you to give it a voice. Would you like to share your mantra below? This is your chance to begin a new chapter in your life. You are worthy. You are ready. You are remembering what your soul has always known. You've come so far, learning to be patient and understanding why some things take time to build. You may feel a shift in your energy, a quiet hum of intuition, a feeling like a gentle breeze. If you sense this, welcome the final part of our journey, where the impossible feels closer than ever. There are dreams you once thought unattainable, a stable partnership, a healthy body, a financial breakthrough. You believed, lost that faith, hoped again, faced disappointments, and surrendered. Yet the flame of your determination remained. If the universe exists, then you have not been forgotten. Blessings don't come because you're more deserving than others, but because your soul is finally prepared to receive them. With open hands and a trusting heart, you're ready to embrace the beauty that awaits you. If you sense something is on the horizon, you're right. It will arrive when you dare to believe you deserve something wonderful. The Buddha said, when the heart believes, only then can things manifest. Every outer change begins with an inner movement. When you choose to believe you aren't being punished, but prepared, everything shifts. Consider the story of a widower who, after years of mourning, went to church not to ask for anything, but to write to God. If you still have plans for me, help me be steady enough to receive them. A year later, he met another widow, and they discovered love again. Blessings aren't rewards. They are reflections of the faith you nurture within. You don't need to be extraordinary to deserve them, just quiet enough to hear the miracle knocking at your door. Perhaps you're at a turning point, at the end of a long cycle, or facing a loss. But this may also be a return to the right place, the right frequency, and the right doorway that the universe prepared for you long ago. Blessings are never lost. Only the heart forgets its own worth. When you return to that knowing, the blessings will too. Take a moment to breathe deeply and envision something you once hesitated to voice, something now approaching like the morning light. You don't need to know precisely what it is. Just trust that it's coming. Open your hands, hold gratitude, and say, I don't know what's coming, but I know it's good, and I will receive it as a sacred gift. You've journeyed far enough to understand that nothing arrives too late. You are ready. No more doubt, only deep, complete gratitude. If you believe a blessing is on its way, solid and familiar, write down what you are ready to receive. This is your soul whispering that it's time to open the door. Thank you for listening with your whole heart. Your presence radiates the light this world has always needed. May you always have the peace to hear your own voice and the faith to welcome the seemingly impossible with open arms.